PSG make it 3 wins on the spin, but so do Lille. But what about the chasing pack? Is there any little hope left for Olympique Lyon? We'll take a little look at it next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another British show today. We're taking a look at match number 22 out in La France, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, and bang the subscribe button to get your bang out today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Ligue related. Whoa, football, where we go here under Warowski. That's right. It looks like Pochettino has got it all figured out over in La Paris. But of course, hot on his heels, it is of course Lille, who are just level on points with of course the leaders, champions at the moment. But of course, goal difference separate the two sides. Take a look at the table in just one second. I want a big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are. You bloody well do. That's right. Big shout out to you guys for supporting the channel through the times like these. It is of course drastic times all over the world. So I do appreciate you guys supporting this content right here. But anyway, let's crack on. I've got to take a look at how we all got on last afternoon. Then shall we? Here we go. Is this right? Are we right on the money? We're gonna jump straight into the deep end. Then take a look at of course the last round of matches kicking off on Wednesday, the 20th of January. It was a bit of a Brucey bonus for Marseille as they played catch up, but they blew their chance here with a 1-0 loss to Lens. That's right. Goal on the day was Simon Banza. I get the 1-0 goal for Lens. Actually went with a 2-0 win for Marseille. Shame on bloody me. Couldn't get that one right. Meanwhile, PSG though they continued where they left off from last week. Big win for them. 4-0 was the final score. Actually, with a 3-0 win. My picks on the right, the real deal's on the left. Mbappe with a couple of goals there. Icardi as well. Neymar also on the score sheet. Jonas Olman got himself sent off early doors to make it even easier for PS Bloody G. Meanwhile, Lens could not make a double bubble for them, but they lost to Nice, which is very, very nice for Nice. Josef Attal on the 1-goal scorer for Nice, giving them 3 points. Actually, went with a 1-1 draw. So shame on me. Monaco though, they impressed as well. They flexed as well, beating Marseille to make it back-to-back defeats for them. It's actually 3 defeats on the spin for Marseille. Bit of trouble for them at the moment. Anyway, of course, Nemanja Radonjic getting Marseille the lead with Galeo Marpan, Arian Tulmini, and of course Steven Jotovic on score sheet for Monaco as they got themselves the 3 points to move. Where are they? 4th in the table. Actually, with a 2-1 win for Monaco, so I called it. Absolutely called it. Meanwhile, Bordeaux beat Angers 2-1 in the end. Hwang Ujou with a couple of goals there. Angela Fulagini getting goals for Angers as they took the 3 points. Actually, won the draw, which is poo. Meanwhile, Dijon must against Strasbourg ended all square 1-1 in the end. Ludovic and Guari on the score sheet for Strasbourg. Sunu Koulibaly getting the goal for Dijon as the points were split right down the middle. Actually, with the 2-0 win for Strasbourg. Shame on me. Meanwhile, Metz did beat Nantes with a 2-0 win in the end. Ariane Saka on the score sheet with Farid Boulala getting the goal for Metz in a 2-0. And actually, with a 2-2 draw again. Got that one wrong. Nîmes against Lorient. No, that was did not get even started. And of course, postponed on that bad boy. Went with a 0-0 draw. But of course, we're gonna have to wait and see about that one. Kicking off though, Stade Reims did beat Stade Brest with a 2-1 win. Actually, with a 1-0 win, so not too shabby on that one. In fact, actually, I went with a 2-1 win. The real deal was a 1-0 win. Nathaniel Mbunku on the score sheet for Reims, giving them the 3 points as they climb the bloody table. Just one defeat, about 6 for them. On the flip side, we've got Stade Rennes against Lille in a fruity one there. Actually, a 2-2 draw, but unfortunately for Rennes, it was a 1-0 win for Lille. That's right, keeping up the heat, of course. Jonathan David on the score sheet for Lille, giving them the 3 bloody points. Wrap it up. It was, of course, 5-0 win for Lyon over Saint-Étienne. I went with a 2-0 win. Not too shabby. All in all, got myself 4 out of, I think, 10. 4 out of 10 in the end. Goals on the day for Lyon, though. Marcelo with a couple of goals there. Timothée Kawadere with a couple of goals there. And Dennis Bugana as well. I was big for OG, giving Lyon all 3 points. And they are just 3rd in the table. In fact, let's take a look at the table right here, right now. Showcasing, of course, Lorient going down as it stands. So are Nîmes. Dijon must have not too far away either. But at the top of the table is of course, PS Bloody G alongside Lille, level on points. Lille, no 2 points adrift. I've got Monaco, of course, 6 points adrift at the moment. And Stade Rennes, not too far out of the discussion either. Marseille drop out of the top 6, or so out of the top 5 into 6th. With, of course, a big old chasing pack there. Of course, let's take a look at, of course, the leaderboard as we stand in the Prediction League. Let's get into it. 0 to 2, you're in the shitface gang. 3 to 6, just like me, you're in the shitface club. And 7 plus, you're in the top bins. Irish Stringer, you did good. Oman Murat, you also did very, very well. Of course, Tom Stain also did very, very well. Olaji Ojo, you did bits as well. Well done, of course. The D-Man kicking ass and taking names. Well done, of course. Hans Worst did bits. Costas K, he's okay. Russell Frost also did very, very well. Gaming Charlie, you did bits, mate. You absolutely hit a bloody home run. Tremendous for you. Imagine Monday did good. Shane O'Donnell, well done to you as well. Not too bad indeed. Okay, did okay. Of course, Shepard also kicked ass and took some names. Alan MC did boop. He did poopity, scoopity. James BCFCR, great. Yeah, great. So are you. Not too shabby, brother. Nathan Eve also did very, very well. Of course, Yannick Buster did bits. Vincent Hong, he's okay. And of course, Omar Esquivel, not too shabby as well. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. If your name's Alan MC, just close your bloody eyes. If your name is Gaming Charlie or Shane O'Donnell, though, take a pow, because you are the kingpins for this week out in League, and that's match day number 20. So well done to you guys for this week. What has that done to the overall grand scheme of things over in League? Let's take a little look at it, shall we? Of course, here we bloody go. Take a bloody pow. If your name is Hans Bloody Worst, look at that. Look at it. Oh yes. Of course, Gaming Charlie and Shane O'Donnell both get themselves 7 this week, and they're both on 45% success rate, with Gaming Charlie just a smidgen, I tell you, ahead of Shane O'Donnell. But of course, it's very, very tight. Imagine Monday is not too far away either. Come on, Hans Willis, you can do it, son. You can bloody do it. So let's take a look at the next round of matches then, shall we? Kick it all off with a bit of a double bubble. Of course, Lorient up against Dijon FCO will kick this week off on Wednesday. So, of course, chance for them to get this game under wraps. Let's get into it. Of course, played each other in the past. How many times? 10 times. Just 10 times the best. 2 is for Lorient, 4 wins for Dijon FCO, and 4 bloody draws in the past. But the last 6 is 1 for Lorient, 3 for Dijon, and 2 bloody draws last round in Lorient. Was a 3-2 win for Dijon. That's back in January 2017. Goodness gracious me. 3-2 win for Dijon. Loris Doyoni on the score, Jordan Liotes and Pierre-Elise Merlou getting the goals for Dijon. Stillian Marvo and Majid Waris on the score for Lorient in a 3-2 bonanza. Heading into this, though, Lorient have actually lost 8 of the last 10 matches in Ligue 1. Of course, heading into this bad boy, though, Dijon unbeaten in the last 4 games, picking up 3 draws and a win to boot. Just, in fact, pretty horrific form at the moment for Lorient. They come into this win, 4 defeats in the past 5 games. The only positive was a draw against Nice, which was, I guess, a little bit nice. Heading into this bad boy, what do we have on this one? I don't even know if this game will go ahead, to be fair. But anyway, if it does go ahead, it will take place on Wednesday, the 27th of January. Of course, Lorient heading into this, of course, route to the foot of the table, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 18th in the table, and sitting at 18th table is Dijon FCO, and if they get the win, they could go as high as 17th in the table and put Nantes in a bit of trouble, of course. But I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this one, point split right down the middle. I cannot separate the two sides. Can you? Make sure you get your picks nice and early for that one. And of course, the Chasing Pack, which of course kicks all off on the weekend, starting on the 29th of Jan, which is a Friday, between Lyon against Bordeaux. These two sides played 120 times in the past. 42 wins for Lyon, 40 wins for Bordeaux, and 37 draws. Very, very even. But of course, over this last 6, sees 2 for Lyon, 1 for Bordeaux, and 3 bloody draws. Last round in Lyon was in fact a draw. It was back in August 2019. A 1-1 draw. Memphis Depay on the score sheet with Jimmy Brayand on the score sheet for Bordeaux. Thiago Mendes got himself sent off. They also played each other this season, back in September, of course. It was a nil draw as well. Bordeaux, though, actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches on the road. They've also won the last 3 matches as well. Lyon, though, undefeated in 17 of the last 18 matches, both home and away. They come into this, though, Lyon, winning 4 of the past 6. Of course, a draw and a defeat to boot. On the flip side, 3 wins on the spin for Bordeaux in all comps. In fact, all of those were in the league. Look at the situation on the bookies on this one. 29 on for Lyon, 10-3 is draw. 6-1 is your Bordeaux. Bordeaux coming to this, and of course, in 7th, and a win for them, they could actually go as high as 6th. Of course, Lyon coming to this in 3rd, and a win for them, they could go. Top of the pops, oh yeah, top of the pops for the big W and a little bit of lady luck going the way. In fact, a win for them will go top because of at least for 24 hours or so. They'll get the win, 3-1. They'll go top, but just for how long? Kicking off further, Montpellier taking on Lens. Of course, let's get into it. Take place on Saturday. Played each other 51 times, about 17 wins for Montpellier, 24 wins for Lens, and 10 draws. But the last 6 sees 3 for Montpellier, 2 for Lens, and 1 draw. Last time around, though, in Montpellier was a 6-goal thriller, 3-3 in the end. Morgan Sanson, Lucas Barrios, and Anthony Mounier on the score sheet for Montpellier. Pierrick, Valdevida, Baptista Guglielmi, and Johan Tungzer on the score sheet for Lens in a 3-3 draw back in December 2014. Of course, last time around, though, in fact, earlier in the campaign, they played each other in Lens. It was a 3-2 win for Montpellier. They like playing these two. Of course, there's a lot of goals in them usually. Stefan Mafindi on the score sheet with Gertan Labordre, Petro Mendes on the score sheet for Montpellier as they won 3-2. Jonas Omlin with the big for OG and Gael Kakuki on the score sheet for Lens, but unfortunately too little too late for them. Montpellier have actually conceded at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 9 matches. They've also failed to win their last 7 as well. They come into this 4 defeats the past 5. Of course, the only positive was a draw against Nantes, and that was a 1-1 draw back in the middle of Jan, or the start of Jan, should I say. And just 1 win the past 5 for Lens. That one was against Marseille, a couple of games back, if that's just last week. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 8-5 for Montpellier, 94 is your draw, 70-10 is your Lens. Lens come into this, of course, in 9th. A win for them. They could actually go as high as 6th in the bloody league. Of course, Montpellier come into this in 11th now. Of course, they did have a good mid part of the season. But a win for them this week. They could go as high as 8th in the table, above Metz in the process. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Montpellier, get back to winning ways, but I don't know. I really don't know where I'm seeing this. But anyway, we're going to go on to Marseille, taking on Rennes, of course. Played each other in the past 110 times, 45 wins for Marseille, 32 wins for Rennes, and 32 draws, of course. But the last 6 see 2 wins for Marseille, 1 for Rennes, and 3 bloody draws. Last time around at the Velodrome was a 1-1 draw back in September 2019. Duje Kalete Sa on the score sheet for Marseille, Mbaye Niang on the score sheet for Rennes. Of course, they played each other back in Rennes back in December, of course. It was a 2-1 win for Rennes. Marseille, though, have actually lost their last 3, and Rennes are undefeated in 10 of the last 11 matches on the road. They come into this, though, just 1 defeat the past 6 games. That is Rennes. That was against Lille just the other day. On the flip side, 4 defeats on the spin in all competitions for Marseille. They're looking absolutely shocking. Is it time for Villas-Boas to take a leave of absence? But heading into this bad boy, Marseille 31-20 for the victory. 20-10 is your draw. 15-8 is your Rennes. Rennes are in 5th win for them. They could actually go as high as 4th. Marseille are 6th win for them. They can't go 5th, but they can get a little bit closer, of course, to Rennes in the end. And I've gone with my heart with the Marseille victory in the end with a 2-0 win at home. Next up, we have Nice. Could they have turned a corner? Could they have turned a nice corner? They're up against Saint-Étienne, of course. Played each other in the past 118 times, 42 wins for Nice, 48 wins for Saint-Étienne, and 28 draws. But the last 6 sees 1 for Nice, 4 for Saint-Étienne, and 1 bloody draw. Last round in Nice was, in fact, that draw back in December 2018. It was a 1-1 draw. Christopher Herrelli got himself sent off, as did Yanis Zalibur, Loris Doyoni, and William Cyprian on score sheet for the respective clubs. Heading into this, so Nice have actually lost 5 of the last 6 matches at home, where Saint-Étienne have actually lost their last 3, both home and away. So just 1 win the past 6 for Nice, 3 defeats on the spin for Saint-Étienne. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Nice 23-20 for the victory, 94 is your draw, 12-5 is your Saint-Étienne. Saint-Étienne coming to this in 16th win for them. They can't really go anywhere, but just put their points in the bag. Meanwhile, Nice are in 12th win for them. They could actually go as high as 11th in the table. I've gone with a 1-1 draw on this one again. The form is not good for either side, but maybe, just maybe, Nice can turn the corner around now that they've got the win in the bag. Next up, Angers taking on Nîmes, of course. They played each other in the past. How many times? 68 times, 19 wins for Angers, 33 wins for Nîmes, and 16 bloody draws. But the last 6 see 3 wins apiece and no draws. Last time around in Angers was a 1-0 win for Angers back in November 2019. Thomas Miagani on the score sheet for Angers to give them the 3 points. They also played this season back in November. It was a 5-1 win for Angers. Stéphane Bouyakoun with a couple of goals there. Luis Dioni again. Jimmy Kahoubut with Matthias Pereira Lang on the score sheet. Angers have actually lost their last 3 though, heading into this. 3 defeats on the spin. On the flip side, Nîmes coming to this on the back of a win for 1 win in 5, and that 1 win was a cheeky one against Marseille. Look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on this? We have Angers coming in at 64 on for the victory, 30-5 is draw, 17-4 is your Nîmes. Nîmes coming into this, of course, rooted in their relegation zone, but a win for them, they could go as high as 17th. Angers, though, are actually up as high as 10th for the moment, but a win for them, they could go as high as 6th in the bloody league. I've got the 2-0 win for Angers to take it to the house. Yes, indeed. Next up, we have Brest. Cheeky up against Metz. They played 36 times in the past, 8 wins for Brest, 14 wins for Metz, and 13 bloody draws. That's correct. But the last 64 for Brest, 2 for Metz, and no draws. Last time out in Brest was a 2-0 win for Brest. That was Julien Fassoudier on score with Jean-Charles Costello back in October 2019. They also played this season. It was a 2-0 win for Brest again. A couple of cheeky wins there for Brest back to back. In fact, yeah, in the league. Heading into this, Metz actually clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches in Ligue 1, where Brest have actually lost their last 3. They come into this though just 1 win the past 6 for Brest. That was against Nice, that 1 win. On flip side, just 1 defeat the past 6 for Metz. That was against Rennes all the way back in 2020. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Brest coming at 6-5, 9-4 is your draw, 12-5 is your Metz. Metz coming into this, of course, in 8th win for them. They could go as high as 6th in the bloody table. Brest are in 13th win for them. They could go as high as 11th in the league. I've gone with a 2-1 win for a cheeky bit of Brest. That's right. Next up, we have Lorient taking down, of course, PS bloody G. Played each other 33 times past. 8 wins for Lorient, 20 wins for PSG, and 5 bloody draws. of course. But the last 6 is 6 out of 6 for PSG, including a 2-1 win last time around at Lorient back in 2017. Of course, they played this season back in December as a 2-0 win for Gay Paddy in Paddy, with the goal scorers on the day, Mbappe and Mosey Keane. Heading into this, Lorient have actually lost 8 of the last 10 matches in Ligue 1, whereas PSG have actually kept a clean sheet in 6 of the last 7 matches as well. They come into this PSG winning 4 on the spin in all competitions on the flip side, without a win in at least 4 for Lorient. It's been back-to-back defeats for them as well. Look at the situation out at the bookies on this one. We have Lorient coming into this 10-1 for the victory, 6-1 is your 5-1 on is your PS Bloody G win for them, and they'll be probably oh yeah, with a big fat W in the end, unless they do something stupid and lose it. Of course, Lorient come into this, and of course, rooted to the foot of the table. It's top versus bottom, that's what it is. Of course, it's going to be a nailed-on-away win, 3-0 in the bloody end. Next up, we have Strasbourg taking, of course, Reims, of course, played each other 61 times, the best 17 wins for Strasbourg, 28 wins for Reims, and 15 bloody draws. But the last 6, see 2 for Strasbourg, 3 for Reims, and 1 bloody draw. Last time around, of course, it was in Strasbourg. It was a 3-0 win for Strasbourg back in February 2020. Goodness gracious me, 3-0 win in the end. Alexander Dioku, Marid Waris, and Kenny Lala on the score sheet for Strasbourg. Heading into this, though, Strasbourg without unbeaten in the last 4, picked up 3 wins and a draw to boot. On first, just one defeat, the past 6 for Reims. The one defeat was against Lille, of course, a couple of games back. Look at the situation out in the bookies on this one. Strasbourg 11-10 on for the victory, 9-4 is your draw, 60-5 is your Reims. So Strasbourg are your favourites. They come into this in 15th, and win for them they could go as high as 12th. Reims are in 14th at the moment, and win for them they could also go as high as 12th. This is tight, airtight, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for the away team. Kicking on to the last 2. Lille up against Dijon. They played each other 11 times. The past 8 wins for Lille, 2 for Dijon, and 1 bloody draw. But the last 6 sees 5 for Lille, 1 for Dijon, no draws. Last time around in Lille was a 1-0 win for Lille. That was back in November 2019. Victor Osimhen on the score sheet for Lille. They also played each other back in Dijon, back in December. Of course, it was a 2-0 win for Lille as well. Heading into this, though, Lille undefeated in 22 of the last 24 matches in Ligue 1. They come into this, of course, winning 4 of the past 5 games. The only hiccup was the defeat to Angers on the first game of 2021. On the flip side, unbeaten in the last 4. That is, of course, Dijon picking up 3 draws and a win to boot. To look at the bookies odds on this one, Lille are 5-2 on for the victory, 65 is your draw, 8-1 is your Dijon. Of course, Dijon coming to this, of course, in 18th, but a win for them they could go as high as 17th. As for Lille, they come into this in 2nd, and win for them they could go. Oh yeah! Pots with a big fat W and a little bit of Lady Lork going their way, and I'm going to get the win, 3-0, just like PSG. And again, put the 3 points in the bag. Moving on and wrap it up. It'll be Nantes taking on, of course, Monaco. Played each other 103 times. The past 29 wins for Nantes, 46 wins for Monaco, and we got 28 draws. But the last 6 sees 1 for Nantes, 5 for Monaco, and no bloody draws. Last time around in Nantes, was the 1-0 win for Monaco back in October 2019 with some Ben Yedder on the score sheet. They also played each other this season over in Monaco, and it was a 2-1 win for Monaco as well. Nantes, though, have actually drawn their last 4 home matches, whereas Monaco have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 4 matches, and also winning those last 4 matches, of course. Winning 4 on the spin for Monaco, of course, where just 2 defeats in the past 6 games for Nantes, but the rest have been draws, and without a win in at least 6, if not more than that. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have 16-5 for Nantes, 11-4 is for the draw, 65 on for Monaco. They'll get the win with a 2-1 win in the end, and with that win they could potentially go from 4th to nowhere. They could remain in 4th. As for Nantes, if they would have pulled us the wool over our eyes, they could go as high as 16th. But of course, I've gone with the Monaco win here with a 2-1 win in the end. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early for this down below. Of course, this is what the table will look like if my picks come on in. PSG and Lille will remain on, of course, top of the table, level on points, but of course separated by goal difference. Lyon, though, into 3rd or remain in 3rd. Monaco, of course, remain in 4th, as you were for Rennes and Marseille as well. And of course, as you were at the foot of the table with Lorient, Nîmes, and of course Dijon in that really hot and heated relegation battle as it stands. Of course, be sure to get your picks in nice and early, of course, down below. And of course, we'll be back again next week with another match week, of course, for the teams out in League 1. Be sure to give the video some love and smash that thumbs up, smash the subscribe, of course. Check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, if you want to become the latest brother from another mother, you could become the latest member of the Patreon gang. Check out the link down below. Patreon.com.
2 older brothers. I've got a lot to look up to. Mom was worried about my growth, so she gave me Pediatrix. My doctor said it's got